new cars, new event types, new achievements, and so much more have been added to the Need for Speed Most Wanted mobile game thanks to a brand new mod titled On the Run. In this video, I'll be breaking down the mod's contents and explaining why exactly this new mod is such a big deal. Now this mod is absolutely jam-packed, it's got something for everybody, so let's just get straight into it. Released by Hypercycle with some assistance from several other modders, the On the Run mod not only imports content from other versions of the game, but also adds brand new features and quality of life fixes that breathe new life into a game that hasn't had new content since December of 2012. First up, the cars. 5 new cars have been added. That brings the total car list number up from 55 to now 60 cars altogether. And first up is a special Samsung edition of the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.0. This car was previously only available through the Samsung Galaxy Store version of this game, but is now fully playable alongside a special hot ride event just for the car. Up next is one of the most elusive cars in the Most Wanted mobile game lore, the Jaguar F-Type V8S convertible. Now the F-Type was only offered through the Chinese build of Most Wanted, a build of the game that, strangely enough, I am actively in the process of looking for. Might be a future video, stay tuned for that. But anyway, the Jaguar F-Type is now officially no longer landlocked to China and can now be used by everyone around the globe. The next 3 cars are going to be very familiar to anyone who's played Most Wanted 2012 on mobile or console. It's the cop cars. More than a decade after the original release, the police vehicles finally make their way into the player's garage. The Dodge Charger SRT-8, the Ford Interceptor Utility, and the Chevrolet Corvette Z06. All 3 police vehicles have multiple paint schemes to choose from. Of course, there's the blue and white paint scheme that we know of. There's an all-black paint scheme, so they match the police Corvettes. And there's also a black and white scheme from the beta build of the game when it was originally called Most Wanted 2. And while that's the 5 new cars that have been added to the game, the police cars are a great segue into the next segment, the new events and game modes. In total, 26 events have been added to this game. The only event you'll come across during a regular playthrough of the game is the Samsung Edition Porsche 911 event. The other 25 events are unlocked after completing the main campaign and after you beat the #1 Most Wanted racer. So the main game campaign remains intact. This is all post-credit content. Now these aren't just a bunch of random extra races to pad out your playtime. These are brand new features and game modes that have never been seen before. And up first, it's Takedown, a brand new game mode allowing you to put those brand new cop cars to the test. Whether it's up against 1 or 5 racers, the goal is simple: take them down within the time limit or fail trying. Now the police cars don't have access to all the upgrade choices that the racer vehicles do, but free impact protection and reinforced chassis are nice because they're practically a must-have. The fast action and great cash payout really make these takedown events a perfect alternative to grinding out a bunch of races trying to earn enough credits to buy that Bugatti Veyron. Up next is my new favorite game mode, Race Battle. And if there's one word I can use to describe this new event type, it's chaos.
Okay, play that beat again. That's good. That's good. Come on, baby, right now. That's good.
The opponent count for these races are doubled, which means it goes from 6 to 12 cars sharing the track at the same time. Now throw in some cop cars, and these races are absolute carnage. Now thankfully the podium has been stretched from the top 3 finishers to now the top 5. But of course you still want the win, because first place is going to score you the biggest cash prizes in the entire game. One thing I did notice about these races is that the leading cars are driving the best vehicles in that particular class. So the difficulty level is certainly higher, even if you have the best cars available. Something that every other race from the main game is lacking, because in no other game mode are you going to find the AI opponents driving Koenigseggs and Bugattis. Now the last game mode edition is actually named after the mod itself, On the Run. Now these 12 connected events follow the original path plan for the mobile version of Need for Speed The Run. Now for those unaware, when the Run mobile game was delayed, it was continued to be developed and actually morphed into the Most Wanted game that is available on the App Store now. I already made a video discussing that game and its unfortunate demise. I highly recommend you check it out after watching this video, of course. But anyway, back to the event. It is really impressive what Hypercycle and company were able to do while still being restrained within the game's limits itself. The mob make an appearance, replacing the police vehicles. We have police pursuits with way more cop cars than I've ever seen before. And we even see a duel mode, much like the one featured in the console variant of the game, where it's a one-on-one, head-to-head matchup. I even managed to wrap up the On the Run campaign in a similar fashion to the actual game. Even though it's a small glimpse, it's really cool that The Run finally gets to make an appearance on the game that was originally based around it. The fact that this much bonus content was added so seamlessly into a game that hasn't had new events or challenges since its launch is just mind-melting to me. Also, this content comes after the main campaign is completed, so the extra difficulty feels like a natural progression from the base game. And honestly, if this was the entire mod, I would still be bouncing off the walls to tell you about it. But we're not done yet. Not only does this mod add a truckload of new and never-before-seen content, it also fixes some long-time bugs and glitches, but also at the same time adds a few quality of life updates that really wrap everything up nicely. Take for instance the music. Gone is the original game soundtrack, and In goes the console game soundtrack, which means you can now listen to Icona Pop while being a complete menace to society. But if you're adding extra content, why not throw in some new achievements? But why stop there? Let's tweak some of the existing achievements. And oh hey, remember the Need for Speed Edition dealership? Well, instead of rotating every 7 days, it now rotates every 24 hours. Oh, and I can't forget about the new liveries and paint schemes. 13 cars get new paint options added to their customization section. Some of these are ported over from the Chinese game, while others are brand new creations specifically for this mod. Okay, look, I think you get the point. The sheer amount of extra stuff jam-packed into this one mod could keep me talking all day long. But why is this such a big deal? Why is this mod so important that I had to make a whole video about it? Now, for a little bit of backstory, most mobile game mods consist of just giving the player maximum currency and everything in the game unlocked and already owned. Every once in a while, you might see somebody crack the game code to give themselves unlimited boost or extra lives. My point is, mods in mobile gaming always consist of using what's already there. Whether it's giving yourself everything the game has to offer, or doing a little bit of tweaking to some existing mechanics of the game, but you never, and I mean never, see a mobile game get treated like a PC game to the point it's given extra bonus content that never existed. This On the Run mod doesn't just open the lid of Pandora's box, it blasts it open with dynamite.
Good idea! We're dynamite. Save time.
The On the Run mod not only showcases what's possible, but also the endless possibilities for not just this game, but others as well. We've already seen what Beat Legend BR has been able to do with the Gameloft titles, and now this new Most Wanted mod has completely opened up the floodgates. To say I'm excited for the future of mobile game modding would be an understatement, and I can't wait to see what is cooked up next. Huge shout out to everybody who made this mod a reality. Their names are on screen now. Definitely go subscribe to Hypercycle's YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description as well. If you want to install this mod yourself, Hypercycle's already done a video on how to do that. I'll put a link to that video in the pinned comment or in the description as well. Right now it's Android only, and it's right now it's restricted to 32-bit devices. So make sure your device is a 32-bit device or has backwards compatibility to 32-bit apps. I've been trying to set this up on an emulator myself with no success. If somebody wants to dump some time into that, they're more than welcome to, but I have not figured out why this modded version of the game will not run on an emulator. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching all the way until the very end. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, be sure you subscribe. Also hit that notification bell on your way out so you don't miss when I upload next. And until next time, keep on gaming, everybody.